Hello. If you're wondering what was beeping, Hayden, I'm not gonna look up anything for VetSim today. A bit busy streaming, yo. Yes, the Keenan is out. I don't have it downloaded because reasons, and I was kind of rushing to start the stream. Hence why I mistitled it initially. Hey, Sean, Tom, Harrison, Brendan, Paul, hello. Delicious coffee. So we're going to be doing some Cultivatron today. Welsh, hello. Testing Nuston. I thought he quit mapping. I thought he quit mapping, Tom. Bradley and Hodge, hello. How are you guys doing today? How's everybody doing today? I missed a bit up here somewhere because I saw it flash up when I was up the other end of the field, but I don't know where it is. Hopefully I just got it. Map's amazing. I've never been a fan of Nuston. It just... No, I was a fan of Nuston, but it just kind of... I don't know. I've drifted away from it. Jim, hello. How you doing today, dude? I'm doing good. Oh, I didn't wake up late. I got out of bed late because I was busy watching NFL bloopers and MLB bloopers. This one's on another level. I found the bit that was missing. I see you there, bit of field that I missed. Patrick, hello. Irish, any crack? I've been addicted to like baseball bloopers, even though I don't like baseball. There's Fahy with his fancy new little icon beside him. What do you think of your new icon, Fahy? In chat. You now have the 1-year loyalty badge because I've done those as a member. I don't know if you realise you've been a member for that long, but you have. It is blue. And at the 2-year mark, which might actually be coming up, you turn rainbow. Doesn't crack mean what's going on? Crack means fun. Like, what's the crack is what's the story. What's going on? What's up? Good crack is good fun. You know, crack kind of means whatever you want it to mean. It's kind of one of those useful words that Ireland has created, like feast is an Irish word. The English word feast is originally Irish. From fasta, meaning plentiful. It doesn't necessarily... Reese, you're talking to somebody who knows Irish language, and it's an Irish word. What's the crack is, yeah, what's going on. But crack itself, C-R-A-I-C, which so many people misspell, or mispronounce. It's just kind of a word for fun and nonsense. So the reason we are cultivating this field today is because it needs to be cultivated. Ah! See the logic there? Field needs to be cultivated, so we'll cultivate it. Yeah, what's the crack is what's going on, to be fair. You got burned out of Farm Sim? That happens, Bradley. It happens. I'm almost out of coffee already. This is a sad day. This is a sad day for the channel where I'm already almost out of coffee. It also shows that I was actually quite tired. How am I doing? I'm doing good. How are you? How you doing, Faisy? Last time your field needed cultivating, you mowed it? Yeah, see, there's your problem, Harrison. There's your problem. Should only mow when the field needs ploughing. Shamrock Valley coming to FS19. Oxy was in here yesterday, Sean. And he said yes. So Shamrock Valley will be in FS19. Seasons will get you back interested. I'm kind of... I don't know, I guess I might be on the verge of burnout. But, meh. That Explain World Tour is something that is genuinely helping. Because it gives me like 4 or 5 hours a week. Because I do just extendo stream that to no end. Where I'm just kind of chilling out in a stream playing something else. And if my plan goes... if all goes to plan tonight, I'll be streaming that again tomorrow. Some Explain. So Hayden can shout at me for being a bad pilot again. You haven't really got into FS19, you've been playing a lot, 17 a lot more. I think, Jim, it's down to mods for you. For a few people. Yeah, Messi. I think for a few people it's down to there aren't as many mods and they are blaming it and all sorts of stuff. But I think it's just that the mods aren't the same as the ones they're used to in 17. I think that's what it kind of boils down to for a lot of people. Which is a fair enough thing, but it's not something that I think is a fair complaint. Well, there goes the coffee. Three years this May when you first press the big red button. You mean the subscribe button or first stream? You don't call me a bad one. I mean, you do convince me to do barrel rolls in a Cessna 172 that breaks the bloody artificial horizon. Oh, subscribe, okay. I mean, that wasn't exactly your greatest moment, Hayden. Hey, Hey, Farmer. Nice finding speaking person streaming. There's a lot of English-speaking farm sim YouTubers now. Arguably too many. Gotta have a 19 for your laptop, so it will run, but it won't run with steering wheel, etc. Yeah. That's another thing, Jeremy. The animal menu is a pain. Pale modded gotten there. What? Like episode 19, you missed the mods. Yeah, I don't blame you there. Hello, Cyberlinks. How you doing today, dude? Crazy. I have to cook for myself tonight. I have to cook my own dinner tonight, which means I'm having sausages. I'm just having sausages. Will Andy be streaming tonight? Probably not. Bangers and mash? No mash, just sausages. I'm not good at cooking potatoes. I will just have like 10 sausages or something. Excessive amounts of sausage. A stream on a Monday? Yes, if I'm far enough ahead, which I plan to try and get. There will be a stream on a Monday. That one little bit of grass is just trolling me at this point. Why not some pasta with sausages? YouTube or Twitch? Both. If I'm doing the world tour, I need to set up Restream, but I'm going to do it on both. The cultivator is doing ideally. I am very pleased with this cultivator. You had beef! Meaty lunch! I had a char siu? I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. Char siu? Char siu? Some sort of weird Chinese thingy for breakfast. Because there was a pot noodle of it, and I saw it and I was like, hey, this is food. And relatively quick. So I made it, and it tasted of taste. Hello, Nick. It actually had rice, simulator gaming. But it was nearly noodles. I mean, rice is just short noodles. You have Supermax for dinner, very nice. You're playing on Mercury Farms. That's not a map that I get on with all that well. I don't know why even. It annoys me that I don't get on well with some maps. Because I see so many people saying, oh, this map's so good, this map's so good, and then I go on and I'm like, I really just cannot enjoy this. Why is it that I can't enjoy nice things? At times. Like, I think with Mercury Farms and Alien Gyms maps in general, it's because they're, I'm trying to think up a nice way to say this. It makes maps kind of to his own preferences, which tend to have square fields, and I prefer maps that don't. Generally speaking, I prefer maps with interesting shaped fields, and squares, to me, just not very interesting. Works really well with the hired workers. Hired workers in game love Aliens, Gyms maps, hate Oxys, but I could not disagree more with the hired workers. They're kind of plain. Yeah, square fields always strike me as kind of plain. Planting sugar beet on field 18. Why would you do that? Why would you plant sugar beet on field 18? Ernie. Why would you? Why? You're never going to finish that harvest. Money? But it's going to take you 3 years to harvest the damn field. Is the game out? Yes, it released earlier on today. I don't have it downloaded because I was kind of focusing on getting the stream started. Also, I don't need a new mixer at the moment, so it's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Mercury Farms like Dramar plain boring. I wouldn't say boring. Like plain maps do have a place. Hey, Guillermo. You're getting in ahead of me. Everything's okay. Oh, good lord. You're preempting the how's it going, dude. Well done. I appreciate that. Course playing going AFK. I mean, you're still gonna need to empty the harvester is the problem. That's the problem with using course plays. You still need to empty the harvester because... unless I guess you'd make a tip area for it. That would work, I guess. Maybe? Also, is it just me, or does this music remind you of Pokemon? This sounds like gym battle music in Pokemon. Or is it just me kind of thinking this would be really cool gym battle music in Pokemon? Poplars? No, Fahy! No! It'll be field 2 or 4, most likely, for Poplars. I'm left without a choice with the DLC coming. Not Pokemon, but some indie game. Do you know what? With it being big giant circles, I can't rule it out being from some indie game. I'm just looking at who wrote this song, who made it. It's Big Giant Circles. It might well be from an indie game. Also, I just realised that I shaved like part of my beard down here and just forgot to do the rest. Because I trimmed like bits of my beard last night and some of it agreed with me, some of it didn't. And I need to... probably after the stream or later on this evening, possibly while I'm rendering videos. Because I already have tomorrow's recorded and rendered. I want to record more so that I don't need to open up Farm Submittal tomorrow. Also, I got the house to myself until like 9-ish, so I can make some food straight after the stream and then record after that. Do Oxy and CD ever sleep? Yes. Oxy's actually taking a week off mapping, Jeremy, so... a well-deserved week off. And CD takes, like, days off all the time. He's just a bit of a loon. The same can be argued of Oxy, is they're just mental. In a good way, but... mental nonetheless. Hello, Adam. How are you doing today? Not many people use Massey tractors, the cheapest horsepower. I've just realised I very rarely use Masseys. You've just made a very good point. Not the point that you intended to make, but you accidentally made a good point that I need to work on, is I need to use Masseys more. Because I tend to go for New Holland because I like the colour blue. And I tend to go for Case when I want a red tractor. And I tend to spam class when there's a class available. But I rarely go for Masseys. How come Sim's disappeared for a few weeks? Sim has been having some issues. Sim has had... I'm not going to go into exactly what. But... he has been having some problems and has needed to not deal with YouTube stuff lately. And just rest more. So that's why he hasn't been doing videos much. Or I don't think he's even streamed much. He's just been kind of going through some stuff. Bear in mind that YouTube isn't like his main thing. His main thing is his job. YouTube's just kind of a fun thing for him. Mental productivity is a good thing to point. It sounds like you stopped halfway through the sentence there, Yanis. You're on a Modern Classics pack. That 5150 was so nice. It was. I'd just like some sort of Classics pack for 19. I don't care how modern or old it is, I just want some classic tractors. To a point. There we go. I know some people like knowing what the weather is around me, so I'm going to do a quick weather update here. And the weather here has been absolutely mental today from what I've been hearing. At about 5 o'clock, about an hour ago, it was really insanely windy, gale force winds, and hailstones blasting off everything. And now it's, is it still windy? No, now there's no wind at all, and it's sunny and a bit cloudy. When you play with me, I will be bringing back the multiplayer when patch 1.3 comes out. Connor, I am aware of that. The Keenan is out. Deirdre, hello. Yeah, we've had 4-in-1 seasons as well. It's been raining. There was sleet earlier. I spotted what might have been a bit of snow, but might well have been just some hailstones bopping in weird directions. I was looking out the window earlier. It's been crazy. Crazy weather. Should have put some older John Deeres into 19, like the 6810 or 7810 or even a 6930. I would have liked to see that. I would have liked to see older Deeres. It's kind of a shame that it's all modern stuff. But hopefully, fingers crossed maybe, we'll see a classic John Deere DLC coming. That would be amazing. That would be like a best case scenario for me, is I'd love to see number 1 a classic pack, and number 2 just for the, I guess for the community, because I'm not too fussed about what brands are in a classics pack, a John Deere classics pack. Quick, hello! How you doing? With wind, rain, sunshine today. Bit strange for March weather. I mean, it's about average for March here. Also, Americans, I'm aware that I went live at a different time to usual. It's because your clocks changed last night, and mine didn't. On the 31st, things will resume as per normal, because our clocks then go forward by an hour. So I went live, is it an hour earlier than usual? Or an hour later? An hour earlier because... No, what? Wait, what? I'm confused. I was an hour late. So, the time difference is... Is the time difference 6 hours or 4 hours? Currently to Eastern. Because if it's 4 hours to Eastern, that is great news. If it's 6 hours, I'm going to be very annoyed. Horse packs and testing, I'm aware of that, Ryan. Or not Ryan, Farming Boy. 6930 be class, it would be amazing. You're American! Could somebody tell me what the current time difference to Eastern is? Because I want to watch the wrestling tonight. I want to watch Fastlane, but I don't know what time it's starting. I need to know the time difference between GMT and Eastern. currently. 2 p.m. now in the US East. It's 4 hours! That's the best case scenario! Yes! Oh, that makes me happy. That actually, oh, that kind of makes me happy, because that means the fast lane's now going to start at midnight instead of 1 a.m. That's somewhat inconvenient. I'm a very shouty man. I am indeed a very shouty man. 6 p.m. in the UK. I'm aware of that tractor guy. I live in Ireland. WWE makes me happy. I mean, it's for those of you that don't understand wrestling, because this is probably a lot of you. WWE is for me what, like, EastEnders or Coronation Street or Emmerdale or any of the soap operas is for other people. It is a soap opera that revolves around people punching each other in the face, which is the best kind of soap opera. Why do I like Class Tractor so much? Because I like the colours. I like the colours of Class. The lime green and the white just go together really nicely, and I like the flash of red from the logo. Did you expect like a really fancy, long-winded explanation other than they look nice? I appreciate how they look. Hey, Justice, best way to... It really is. Big Daddy and Giant... Do you mean Haystacks Calhoun? Do I know who won today in the American football? No, I don't know who won today in the American football. Classic reasoning. I like green and white. It is the best reasoning in farm sim. Like... But I don't work or live on a farm. I don't need to know the relative ups and downs of the equipment. I just know this looks pretty and I like it. If I worked or lived on a farm, I'd probably have a different opinion. But I'm just some dude who sits in a bedroom in a town in Ireland and plays farm sim. And I like certain colours. I think Scania Man was trying to ask about the rugby, but he used the wrong ball. Yeah, hand egg season is over. Your 2-class tractors, they are your favourite tractors where you have. Very nice. Class combines look amazing. Class balers I like. Ireland won 26-12 or 26-14. Hello, Sylvan. You've retracted that because you shouted it at me. It's alright, you can shout! Class strikes are nice? Yes. Hayden, what we call football in Ireland, or what Faye would call football, you don't even know about. Americans don't know what Irish people generally call football. Because we do kind of alternate between football and soccer. For association football. Football is played with feet, not hands. Explain Galway then. Explain the guy. Explain the guy, please, Fahy. Your ball is a foot long, so football. Hayden, I must send you some videos of hurling later. Remind me to send you some videos of hurling. because it's generally regarded as full contact golf, and that is probably one of the better descriptions of it. Because it makes it sound so much more peaceful and calm than it actually is. You were just your Irish uncles? Yeah, mix of hockey and MMA. That is also a really... Yeah, it's golf meets MMA. It's quite amazing. You try and run maps efficiently on cost activity like IRL farms. I try and do that, but then I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna go with things that look pretty, because at the end of the day, if I like what I'm seeing on the map, then I'm a lot happier. Well, you do, Harrison. Use your hands and feet. You gotta get the most points, which your goal is worth 3. Correct football. Golf is actually pretty fun to watch. Hey, CD. I am one of these boring people. I will watch golf. It is quite interesting. I will also probably not watch the IndyCars tonight because wrestling. But actually, the IndyCars are probably on, like, right now, I would imagine. So I'm probably not going to watch the IndyCars. Use GPS. I'm nearly finished the field, Bradley. There's no point in me starting a GPS track now. It's one of the guys who comes from Mexican soccer to comment for golf. What up, Dave? Not a whole lot, Jesse. What's up, dog? You love wrestling, Vazy, very nice. Watching golf for cricket. I mean, the thing is 2020 cricket can be quite good. As can one day, as can ODIs. It's, see, the problem is test cricket is insanely boring. Golf is incredibly skilled. It's actually why I like golf. It's one of these sports where strength isn't everything, and you know, a 5'6" fat guy can be just as good as the 6'4" ultra muscular muscle man. Because the 5'6" fat guy might have a lot more skill at golf than Captain Superman with all the muscles. He's now. Everybody's been telling me the Keaton's Reese, I know! Quick, you. Yeah. I might be better at golf than The Rock. I'm not better at talking than The Rock. I'm not better at acting than The Rock. I'm not better at being muscular than The Rock. Feed me, feed me. Yeah, golf is one of those, like, there is a certain amount of strength involved in getting a stonking great drive going. But after the drive, it's all about skill. I'm better at growing hair than The Rock. This is true. This is true. This is the only... I'm also better at getting fat than The Rock. Well, we missed. We're trying to decide what I'm better at than The Rock. And so far, we've come up with growing hair and being fat. And possibly golf. Better eating meat. You have never seen one of The Rock's cheat days. The Rock is insane. I've seen a picture of what The Rock eats on one of his cheat days on his diet, and I think there were 12 pizzas involved, as well as 3 entire cakes, about 7 steaks, 4 tubs of ice cream. Yeah, The Rock beats me at eating. Quite significantly, in fact. Am I better at living in Ireland? I'm better at keeping myself to one room. Any sausages? Probably. He had about one of everything. But can The Rock plow? He probably could plow with his bare hands. He's turning more into the boulder. Yeah, The Rock on his cheat day would probably eat more than all 66 of us combined. Because he is... Seriously, look up The Rock cheat day on Google. Because... I have no idea how one human can consume that amount of food, but he can. Better at breaking stuff. I probably am better at breaking stuff in Farm Sim than The Rock. RainbowDave, better than The Rock at breaking things in Farm Sim. Also better at being fat. Better at explaining why class tractors are good. Hey Jack, how's it going? It's going good. How's it going with you, dude? Dave is a master at breaking games. I'm probably also better at making absolutely ludicrous characters with a character creator. If you've ever seen my WWE characters that I made in the WWE games. I'm not using Spud Pewter today because I accidentally let it run out of charge, so I'm having to tab out a game to run the ads today. Feeding your cows with a cannon, very nice. I haven't downloaded it yet. Can I break your ETS too? I mean, give me 10 minutes, I probably could. Did I mean Roido? Yes. And the special edition glowing Roido with the special edition glowing Roido girlfriend. But a person living without another half. Eh. It's awesome. I know it's awesome because it's by CD. I just haven't had it. I just haven't downloaded it yet. Jury rig, everything breaks phones. I break games. Yeah. Hello, Larry lad. How are you doing today? Yeah, I could actually break a PC too quite easily. Just won a hard-fought rugby match. Congratulations, Larry lad. Well done. Released just in time. It was released just in time for me to be finished feeding the cattle. And have straw left over in the feed mixer, so I can't actually... I don't want to get rid of it with straw left in it. The Rock owned farms. I could probably beat The Rock at a quiz. I'd imagine I'm better at general knowledge than The Rock. Should make video breaking games. I mean, yeah, but then I just turn into a spiffing Brit, and I don't know if I want that. Hey, Dollar. How's things? Things are good, how are you? Also, RT Game is way better at breaking games than me. And he's also Irish, so I can't even get the Irish thing going with that. It's getting close to the point where I'm wanting to lower my sub goal again. Better farm sim, flight sim, and all sims for that matter in the rock. Possibly. Am I having issues with console commands at all? No. Are you, Doubter? If so, which commands are you having issues with? If you're enjoying the stream, guys, you can hit the old subscribe button. Instead of doing a video, I can stream it, like RT Game does on Twitch. Like the Spiffing Brit does on YouTube. Only 16 likes? Simulator Game, are you watching on your phone? Because I get the feeling that's the wrong number. I can fix things too! Dowler, you don't have cheat money enabled. Or you don't have cheat mode enabled, even. You need to have cheat mode enabled. GS cheat money won't work if you don't have cheat mode enabled. Nope, on your PC. Interesting. So once we're done with this... 15 likes, 1 dislike. There's always one. There's always one malcontent. Once we're done with this... I might go straight into seeding this field. Look again. Was it you, Hayden? You git. You refreshed. Huh. Very low today. That's the one where you go into the Steam properties, yeah? All 5 of the mods have disliked. GG! So the question now, like, my question right now is what do I want to do next? And I think seeding this field, or planting this field, it won't be a seeder I'll be using, it'll be a planter according to the game. I think putting some corn down would be a good idea. What's the difference between normal Marwell and 1.1? 1.1 has some fixes, including the milk and egg sell points. It also has a bit more clutter around the yard. I think around the sheep area is where Landy said it was. You now own the outside of the map. The bit that was 14 million is now owned by default if you start a new save game, as well as the BGA, which obviously this is an existing save game. I don't own the BGA, but you own this, and if you want to buy it, it's 0. The BGA doesn't have any bunkers anymore. So it's a make your own BGA, bunker BGA. And a few other small things that I can't remember off the top of my head. The little hole in the pig pen is also fixed. But off the top of my head, just trying to recall everything, I can't remember anything else. DIY BGA, yeah, like the sell point's there. The digester's there, but you have to put your own bunkers down. Which just kind of makes things a bit more interesting, I feel. Because you can decide then how big you want the BGA bunkers to be. Because you can put down like 6 small ones or 1 huge one. Oh yeah, also grass bends. And the reset point is now there. Thank you, Bradley, for reminding me of that one. Is there a John Deere Sun 810 mod? Probably, but going off John Deere mod traditions, it's probably not very good. Unfortunately. Hayden, why are you spamming all the commands? I mean, I appreciate it, but it's very hard to read chat when you're just shilling everything. I appreciate the shilling, but I mean, that's a bit extreme. Makes the map last longer having to buy BG bunkers. It does to an extent, yeah. So let's put this away. Let's be nice, tidy farmers. There we go, that's away. Let's... Yeah, let's do a kickflip. And let's get to the shop. Now you will notice that... Oh! Let's actually do that instead. Let's, yeah, let's spray field 17. Because that is something I need to kind of prioritize. Not field 17, field 18. Why am I heading in this way still? In this direction still? Because I need to get to the shop. No, you can do it at the workshop at the farm. Oh yeah, let's go! I want to see if I can put care wheels on the class, and I'm not sure if you can. This will probably look ridiculous. Stop. Customize wheel setup. Okay, what if I choose the Trelleborgs? Okay, the class cannot take care wheels. The John Deere can't take care wheels either. In which case, the best option is actually to seed field 19, because then I'll get an idea of how much money I've got left over. Buy the Deutz. Don't have the money for that. Deutz for spraying, that is probably going to be the plan. I don't want to right now. Looks like I'm gonna have tramlines in field 19. Field 18, you mean? Right now I don't want to like buy another tractor, or if I can avoid it, pull out a loan. I should mention at this point that tomorrow's video is already recorded, hence why field 15 is mostly mowed. Hey Nathan! So I know what the next rule is, but it's not in effect yet. The next rule has already been spun for, but it's not in effect. If I can get a tractor that doesn't produce, or that can put care wheels on, it won't be an issue. How's it going? It's going good. Tom, hello. You've done your usual Saturday mistake, I take it. Right, let's get this folded up. Fold it up, thank you. Evil rule? Not necessarily evil. Challenging. Somewhat related to what I'm about to do. So we'll need... I'm gonna say 2 bags of seeds will do. Toffee, hello. It's Friday lunchtime. I mean, that includes Saturday, so still technically correct. Also, these big bags changed somehow, so that now I gotta pick them up again. Manitou! Show stream? I don't know if that's a statement or a question. If it's a statement, thank you. If it's a question, not intended to be. Whoa. The Lemkin also fills up at the back. Statement. Okay. Wait, is the front tank not for seeds? I thought the rear tanks on the Lemkin were for fertilizer. Have I bought a seed tank I don't need? Hey, Kaden. Maybe the front tank is for... Now I've got to check this. Oh my god, that's a fertilizer tank! That would explain why I can't fill it. That's a fertilizer tank. Why is... Don't need you, apparently. You can sit over there. Oh my god, it takes like no seeds. Oh no. Legion, we're in the Division 4 final. Very nice, Caleb. Who decided that a giant ass tank for fertilizer was a good idea? Like, I would have imagined the seeds would be in the front tank, not the front. Can I buy a different front tank that will take seeds? Tempted to buy a different front tank so I can just fill this with an insane amount of seeds. Can I put the Vaderstadt front tank on the Lemkin rear end? Also, Toffee KT, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Can I do that? Is that a thing what I can do? Yes? Yes, I can. You think I can? Yes, I can. Okay. Plan. Dumb idea. Initiate. Oh, that would be why I can't lower. It's about a cooling plant which has the Vaderstadt front tank to work with it. I don't really care about the Vaderstadt front tank. I won't... or working with anything other than basically this, so that I can get an ass ton of seeds into the ground at once. Because, like, this is already down to 96%. The invader's released. Can everybody just say that the once so that everybody gets it out of the system? I'm aware, Nathan. Thank you for letting me know for the, I think, 12th time today. I think you're the 12th or 13th person to tell me that. Thank you, CD, for getting it out of your system. Anyone know when the Keenan's coming out? Nah, no idea, Jeremy, sorry. We need a Keenan meme. Is DJ here? DJ's the local meme meister. If he's around, you'll have a meme within probably 5 minutes. Keenan mixes that? I had no idea. Guys, just FYI, when something's set to Giants at the moment, it's thrown to the back of the queue, and it's gonna be a little while before it's even tested. Never mind, out. So, be patient with mods that you want that are gone to Giants. Peterville is also with Giants. You said it to get out of your system, get what out of your system? I wouldn't say 10 times, but at least once. At least once I'm gonna put the over-under on 2.5. Keaton's out? I had no idea. Thank you for telling me, Paul. This thing's already a quarter of the way empty. Look forward to Ireland. That is a map that is going to go on the server, by the way. When it comes out, is Air Ireland. Because I think it's more of a multiplayer map than a single player map. Keen's out apparently, Sim. I had no idea. Nobody's told me this. Is it for console? Flatout Silage. Yeah, it's gonna be a very highly silagey map. An overloaded trailer will help cut down trips to the store. Yeah, must be true. What's out? The Keenan, apparently, from what I've been told, but I don't know how true that is. On a serious note, I do need to download it after the stream. What's a Keenan? Also, if you've not been in Discord today, guys. If you've not been in Discord today, Hayden, don't. I've been telling him to do that. It's now the meme. Yanis has been elevated from pink to green. He is now able to change nicknames and stuff. You could all be trolling me and it's already out. Except I check his Facebook page before I start and it is out. Why simulate not uploading? Because I don't want to? Sim, like, isn't super serious about YouTube. It's just a kind of a fun thing that he does for himself. Marwell's not very good for MP. Marwell, I think, is more of a single player map. Didn't get a stream notification. Yeah, YouTube's dumb. YouTube's just dumb. Here's the power, quick, run! Plus, Sim's not been very well lately as well, which hasn't been helping. Just came back from watching me sing Barbie Girl. Oh god. It still embarrasses me that the entirety of Giants has seen that. I'll be quite honest. There's nobody in Giants, except for maybe the new guys haven't, but there's nobody in Giants that hasn't seen me singing Barbie Girl. That is very true, CD. Exclusively revealed in yesterday's stream. Will the Rainbow Challenger make an appearance in 19? Probably not, because I don't want to faff around with DDS textures when the material system is so much better, and I don't know if you can set multiple material colors on a single piece, on a single material, I guess. I don't know if you can define things the way that I had the Rainbow Challenger done. And DDS Tech... You can? Don't tell people that, Shy! They'll actually expect me to make the Rainbow Challenger! Plus, half the joy of the Rainbow Challenger is I literally just put the rainbow flag on top of the Challenger, and it ended up being weird and wonderful because of the way the texture map worked out. For first map, it's going quite well. Good to hear, Harrison. The first map is the worst to make. The pink machines will. The pink machinery will, including a pink Abbey. Which is why I'm actually using the default color Abbey. The pink machinery will return in full in October thanks to the way the color system works. With the way the color system works in game now, it's so much easier to have a pink fleet, which is honestly a really good thing. Hardest bit is learning. Yeah, that's the hardest bit of mapping. Is learning G itself. The Rainbow Challenger. Thing is, Paul, I don't want to go faffing about in GE for hours on end, figuring new stuff out. But I'm kind of happy. Kind of happy just leaving that be, and leaving it be in 17. I don't want to run the same jokes constantly. Like this is the issue, is I don't want to run the same jokes that I did in 17. I'll come up with new jokes. And you know, that's where I'm much happier. USSR flag Challenger. No, I'm not making a Soviet Challenger. GPS, no, because no. Also, I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping the lines straight as is. I don't think I actually need GPS. Jokes, to me, are just like one-offs that maybe last a game at most. I'm gonna bring this back over to the shop. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna see if the front tank from the Vaderstadt will fit onto this and actually work. Hey, Robert. Your friend's trying to convert Shamrock to 19. Why is he bothering with that when Oxy's gonna do it himself, Harrison? Just kind of... Just gonna leave that hang there. Oxy's gonna do it himself in time. And I'd much prefer to use an Oxy convert than my friend did this using a tutorial that he found on the internet convert. No disrespect intended to your friend. Wait, you should probably just have attached this. It would have been slightly faster, but oh, now that's the ideal thing to do, is just sell this and buy. This is a really dumb idea. I don't know if this is even gonna work. Harrison, I've got bad news. Cobra isn't happening. Bullet Bill hasn't been liking FS19, so he's kind of... I don't know if he's taking a step back or just quitting entirely. I don't know which it is. We won't know until kind of the end of the game. But Cobra 19 isn't planned. I am a genius, and I am hoping this works. Slightly concerned by the fact that there is no pipe going here. This might not work. So the dog crossplay I could do, but I kind of like working manually. Shouldn't there be pipe? Yeah, that's what's slightly concerning. It's a mismatch, so the pipe might not actually work. As long as the function works, I don't really care about the visuals. Because 600 odd litres is a bit not enough. But see, it's just showing the one level. This is true, Jeremy. I mean, it's not showing it as two different seeds. We'll be on consoles. That's going to be the plan, I'd imagine, Jake. Right, here goes nothing for this really quite dumb attempt at doing something. You're most looking forward to Oakfield. Well, that's probably a good thing, because that's the one that's coming first. Like, I'm looking forward to Oakfield, but I am looking forward to Shamrock as well. And, I'm basically looking forward to everything Oxy does, let's be fair. It's very hard to not look forward to an Oxygen David map. It's unloading slower, good sign. Hey, Surf. Sandy Bay coming back. I know Oxy's going to be making a map called Sandy Bay. I don't know if it's going to be a straight convert of Sandy Bay, though. With Oxy, you can't entirely be sure if it's going to be a convert or he's just recycling the name for something new. Sandy Bay is the one Oxy map you never played. I've played all of them at this point. Except Challenging Extended. That's the one that I've never played. I was on Challenge Extended. I just remembered. I was. You never really enjoyed or liked Sandy Bay? Interesting. I felt like that was one of his better maps. Challenge to come to 19, not from Oxy. You got a little obsessed with Oakfield. A lot of people did, to be fair. Even in Fen Farmer? Oakfield's your favourite Oxygen David map? It's not a bad map to enjoy. You never played Challenging or Shamrock? Shamrock was a map that got Ventonwind hard. And for those of you that aren't in the know, when a map gets Ventonwind, it means it gets absolutely killed by the timing of its own release. It's a good map that just released at the wrong time and didn't have all that much interest because nobody, or because something else was coming or had come at about the same time, and it just kind of screwed the map itself. Shamrock was his best. I'd be kind of somewhere in between Shamrock and Oakfield. And Marwell, actually. I think Marwell's one of his highlights as well. FSO8 was your favourite, but that's probably nostalgia. It probably is. If you go back to FSO8 now, you'll probably hate it. Shamrock was his best yard. The Shamrock yard was amazing. Especially the little pig yard. I apparently hired a worker there at some point. The little pig yard was stunning in Shamrock. What was more stunning was it could fit a was it that I fit in there? Was it an MT900 with triples? What have you missed? General Derpage. Yeah, that's why Shamrock got Ventonwind, was just... It was at the wrong time in 17 when everybody was kind of done or being done with the game. And, kind of got overlooked as a result. And Oxy took that to mean that it just wasn't a popular map, when in reality it just got Ventonwind hard. Was it Big Bud? No, it was an MT900, because I was derping about that day and Oxy wanted me to check if it would actually fit in the pig farm. I was okay, it's not the map for you then, Harrison. Like, if you prefer smaller fields, then yeah, Marwell's probably not the right map for you. Did Portland Bill get... Portland Bill got nixed because Oxy couldn't do what he wanted with it. With a 4X you kind of have to make a lot more compromises. And as Oxy worked through it, he realized, number one, that it would take way too long to do, and number two, that he wouldn't be able to get the level of detail you're all used to in one of his maps into Portland Bill. Lone Oak I really enjoyed. I felt that was a really authentic American map, one of the very few. Field 43 in Oakfield. Jeremy, no! If I can find some honey downstairs, I'm making myself some honey tea after this stream. And sausages. Sausages and honey tea. Perfect combination. Is FS17 still worth playing? I mean, if you enjoy FS17, then yeah. If you like mods, then yeah, because all the mods for FS17 are still available. But for me, it's not something I want to return to, because it's just... I don't know. I can't see myself enjoying FS17 again. Hamburger. SS, that's your opinion, and I mean, if you want to whine, that's fine, but that's all I ever see you do is whine about FS19. If you want to do that, find somewhere else to go. Your sausage sandwich for breakfast? Very nice. I have, the Irish people in the stream will know exactly what I'm talking about here. I have a pack of Denny's sausages ready for dinner. A full pound of Denny's. And I'm gonna make as many as I can. I'm gonna make like somewhere between 8 and 10 sausages. All of them Denny's, and I'm looking forward to it. 9 dislikes. Probably somebody got offended by me saying, hey, 19's actually good, and if you disagree, that's on you, but if you want to complain and whine constantly, then don't do it here. I'm fine with people not liking the game, I just don't want to see people constantly whining about stuff in here as well, at the same time. Should get a George Foreman. There is a George Foreman style grill downstairs actually, SRF. I usually use it for making toasted sandwiches. But there isn't like... Oh, there is ham downstairs. Okay, make toasted sandwich. But then I'd have to clean the grill afterwards, and that's a pain. But if I make sausages, I'll have to clean the frying pan anyway. Ooh, life conundrums. Baby, what? I just use kitchen paper for cleaning the Foreman style grill we have. It's more of a sandwich. It's more of a panini maker anyway, so it's not really a Foreman style. Are grilled sausages not very German? Grilled sausages can be very German. Juan sheet. Those ads are amazing. The Juan sheet ads, they are very good. We're talking about George Foreman's? Yeah, we're talking about the grills and stuff. Foreman's daughter just passed 42. Wow, that's young. And the guy that starred in Airwolf, like, died in February, and the news only broke there, was it Friday? After we fried for you? Same, Jeremy. Same. Frying pan, bit of olive oil, dump the sausages in, get the oil nice and smoky hot, and you get some really nice sausages out of that. That's kind of the joke in the ads, Bradley. If you've never noticed that. That's kind of the joke. I'm with you there, Farm Palm. I think every version of Farm Sim is better than the last. I think 19 does have issues. I'm not going to say, oh, 19 is perfect. It's got issues, but it's an advancement in technology. Over 17, there are huge innovations being made by giants. And, yeah, they made some silly mistakes. They really did. Like, the game wasn't ready on release. Who boils sausages? Not using the horses? I intend on getting some eventually, but I'm trying to focus on like well, I'm trying to focus on the animals that I have already, hence why I'm doing corn. Because I want to feed the pigs as much as I can with the actual crops they want. As the mixer occasionally completely breaks. People with sausages and stew. Oh, that's true. Yeah, sausage stew, to be fair, you do want to boil the sausages. And sausage casserole, you want them boiled as well. So yeah, that I'm not going to complain about too much. But you can fry them up and then like put them in after the fact. What am I going to have with my sausages? More sausages and possibly some ketchup. And probably a cup of tea. Because there's no Pepsi left downstairs. I have run out of Pepsi. This is a major disaster. There's been no Pepsi in the house for like 3 days. Hence why I've not been drinking Pepsi during the streams. There is none. Fen Farmer, I can answer that question. It will not require a new save game. You can just use your existing save just fine. Pepsi because of the sugar tax? Is there a sugar tax? I just like Pepsi Max. I think it's the nicest of the colas. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like, oh, Coke is good, but no, Pepsi Max is where it's at, yo. And I've preferred Pepsi Max for years. It's just a bit, it's not as sweet, but it just tastes better. Mountain Dew, Code Red. Wait, no, not Mountain Dew. I can't stand Mountain Dew. I don't do the Dew. We're coming up to figuring out if this is actually going to work, by the way. Max Cherry in the gym. No, just bog standard Pepsi Max. Coke Zero's okay. I don't like it as much as Pepsi Max, but it's okay. So once we hit 2200 liters here, and it is visible on screen, once we hit 2200 liters, that's when we're then ticking into the front tank. Unless we're already taking into the front tank. We'll definitely be taking into it at 2200 litres. That's the point where... Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1... Why does it always do that when you swap tanks? Okay, so the front tank does work. Double pack Coke concentrates for 40 for 2, 1.5 litre bottle, sugar tax. I wasn't aware of a sugar tax existing. Mainly because most of the stuff we have here in the house has no sugar, because... My mother's diabetic and she likes Diet Coke. Use Red Bull to make coffee. No, Hayden. Magic seed teleportation. Apparently. In real life, I've asked this a few times now and I've still not got an answer. In real life, is that a thing? Where when you're swapping tanks you have to stop the tractor? Is Pepsi not cheaper in bottles than cans? I'm sure you have to a resting grip to keep the cap tight. I don't know. I don't know if it's cheaper in bottles than cans. I just prefer it in cans. It's more convenient. 5-hour energy. That's even worse! 5-hour energy is even worse than Red Bull. No, you don't need to stop. So that's where Farm Sim departs from reality a bit. Okay. Also, if this front tank works with a seeder that it's not intended to work with, which this clearly isn't, will it also work with my grain seeder? So that I can get like a super tank full of seeds. And like seed 2 fields without having to refill anything. It did in 17. Yeah, but 19 plays by slightly different rules. Potentially. Yes? Oh, magnificent. This... Gonna hire a worker to do this and do something. I'm actually finding this quite relaxing and fun. I'll hire a worker to finish this bit. And hopefully it doesn't do something stupid. What I'll do is continue on tomorrow's video, I guess. Continue on work from tomorrow's video. In before the circle mode complaints. Energy drinks to 3/4 sugar, yeah. Try to change your SID without asking if you could accept. I mean, you could have just said unable. You could have just enabled the SID and said you required the other one. Hayden just wants me to do silage. Vader Stat Tank is my new best friend. This is true. You didn't ask, which is the problem. I mean, that is a problem, but at the same time, could you not have tried to speak to the soup? And say, hey, yo, this dude just, like, changed my SID without asking. Welcome back, Harrison. I don't know how things work on VATSIM. No soup is online. I know they're supposed to ask Hayden. But could you not, Like, was there nothing you could do after he changed your SID without doing anything that he was supposed to do? You just spilled your drink all over yourself. GG, well done. I know the ATCs is nothing you can do. Oh, that. I mean, there was something you could do. You could just fly the SID that you'd initially planned. And he would have complained that you didn't ask for that SID. And you would have said, well, yes, I did. It was in my original plan. You changed it without asking me, so I'm just flying what I had planned. Once airborne, you found out you changed your... That is ridiculous. I would have just flown the initially planned SID. Like, he didn't even tell you? What's the plan for tomorrow's video? Tomorrow's video is me doing mowing. This is continuing from tomorrow's video. We're in the future here right now. After catching up to where after yesterday's stream where I caught up to all the work that needed to be done for videos. I'm now actually slightly ahead. Hey, Governor Paul. He cleared you Ocean 8, but then changed to Orca 3. I mean, you would have been well within your rights to fly the Ocean 8 because you were cleared Ocean 8 and not Orca 3. SID is standard instrument departure, Harrison. It's airline terms. From Germany, willkommen, willkommen, willkommen. Guten Abend. As far as I'm aware, Hayden, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but what you're cleared as is what you fly. If an ATC wants to change your flight plan after that, they have to notify you at the very least. They can't just change your clearance after the fact and not tell you. Especially seeing as in flying, communication is the last of the 3 steps for the pilot, and it's aviate, navigate, communicate. You aviate and navigate what you were cleared for. $5 million worth of equipment, $2 million worth of land. Seems a bit overkill, but okay. Your missus is a horse. Don't think I want to see her then, Hayden. Or Fent. Hayden, good lord. This is a sheep, good lord. Mowing like this, by the way, with all the left turns, which, if you didn't notice, I am NASCARing this and only making left turns. Maybe I should call this the NASCAR oval mow. It means that I can just click on cruise control and just turn. And it's great. You 350 cows, 500 chickens. Fair enough, Hayden. That's a bit mental, but okay. Worker in field 19 still going, which is good. I'm always slightly concerned when I hire a worker on a non-square field map that they'll do weird things and just quit at random. Hello, Tom the Farmer Grills. How you doing today? Let's break from NASCAR and take a right. Do I ever play Ark? No, that's a game that I don't want to play because I have heard from everybody who plays that it is just a time sink. And I am doing my damnedest to avoid games like that now. X-Plane is technically a time sink as well, but it's something that I can pick up and drop at pretty much any given time. It is your life. Why are you asking me if I play? I don't have enough free time as is. Have I had my sausages yet? No, I'm gonna have them after the stream, James. Kian, hello. I'm doing good, Tom. Thank you very much for asking. So that's the mowing done. I'm enjoying seeing just how much I missed with the baler, by the way. Sucks the servers. Yeah, the only way you can do that, Harrison, is by importing your save game to a server, which is relatively easy, but it's a pain to do. It's a faff. I'm gonna put the mower in here. In here. There we go. Just because it fits better into this shed. There we go. Good streaming videos. Thank you very much, Tom. Glad to hear you're enjoying it. So let's pick up the windrower now. If I can see what I'm doing, it would be very helpful. Can't see a thing. And away we go. Turning off Alpha Field 16. Very nice, Shy. What takeout should you get? Get a starter from the Chinese, a main from the Indian, and a dessert from the Thai. Also a pizza. Get all of the takeaways. When will Peterville come out? When it's past Giants testing. This might sound like it's a bit disrespectful to MJ, but I'm expecting it to fail testing because I expect every map to fail testing at least once. So I'm expecting it to fail testing this first time it's going through. He'll fix it and upload it again. And hopefully the second pass through it'll pass. But it might fail again. You know, expect a few fails from maps going through testing for some reason. They seem to be the most difficult to get through. All on Deliveroo's, you just got this, yeah, a massive queue of cyclists and delivery men. I see no problem with doing that. Just get like one item from every takeaway within that's on Deliveroo and like has free delivery or something. And just watch as the queue of delivery men arrive. Welcome back, Quick. I just realized that Deliveroo will never have free delivery because their entire thing is they deliver things at, you know, for costing monies. You'll need to get parking attendants. You'll need to get traffic wardens for your front garden. So once the hired worker stops, I am going to swap back onto seeding, if only to get it to go on the other edge of the field. Also, our hired workers, this is something that I probably should have checked before I did this. Good, they are using up the seeds. I hope so, James. I really do. I like trailed silage harvesters. That's something that I always feel the game needs. Something that I always feel is missing. Is like a trailed grass chopper for silage. We can use the cowshed, but the dogs love cyclists. Giants are very much quality over quantity when it comes to mods, and I am perfectly fine with that being a thing, honestly. Because I'd much prefer to be able to say, yeah, Giants Mod Hub, it doesn't have many mods, but the mods that it does have are fantastic. Instead of saying, Giants Mod Hub has a ton of really bad mods. Kid or JF? The kid would be nice for double chop. But I would almost prefer JF. Just because you don't see too many double chop harvesters out and about anymore. It's usually, like, if it's not a Jag or a Big X, it's usually like a JF or something of that style. You don't see many silage harvesting units coming out that are double chop anymore, like the kid was. At least not around me. Should kind of clarify that as well, but around me it's mainly, in fact it's mainly bales now around me, but for chop silage it is usually just like a Jaguar or something. They have double chop wagons now? That's interesting. So I'm also going to, because I'm going to use just a forage wagon for this, I'm just going to circle windrow. Forgot John Deere harvesters. I don't see many John Deere forage harvesters. They're my favourite Turkish delights, Jake. They are the absolute best in the world. They are an ultimate treat. Cadbury's Turkish is okay, but Fry's is just so much nicer. The chocolate is so much more fragile. What do I think of the 9600i? Is that the John Deere one? I don't particularly care for the John Deere foragers. Like, if I had to choose a forager, I'd probably choose like a Class Jag or the New Holland 850. Like, they'd be the two that I go for first. Then I guess a Big X. And then I'd go for John Deere. John Deere would become my last preference for a forager. Nah, Jake, it's fine. Find somebody near you that wants them. Yeah, that's kind of the issue with the John Deere harvesters. You pay for the branding there. So the problem with John Deere everything is like you pay for the fact that it's John Deere. Yeah, John Deere costs extra. to be rude. Pay for the fact it's Mercedes. The Jaguar engines, I think, are Mercedes as well. No, they're Ivecos. Class U's Ivecos and Fiat powertrain, don't they? I think Krone might use Mercedes engines, though. John Deere use Liebherr. Interesting. Jags are Mercs. Are they? I thought... Oh no, I'm really confused because Class use Fiat powertrains and Mercedes is definitely not Fiat powertrain. Yeah, Krone I'm pretty sure use Merc. I'm fairly sure Krone use Mercedes. Hard worker's finished. Let's see how bad of a job it did. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay. Hard worker did a perfect job. Hey, Drew. Let's get it going on this and see how it does. Krone self-propelled Fargers will be powered by Liebherr V8s as of 2017. Okay. What did they use pre-2017 then? How long's left on stream? As long as I want, basically. I started at 5:30, so let's go until 8 o'clock. Let's go until 8 PM GMT, so another 40 minutes. And then I'll go make sausages and tea. Dave knows what he likes. Sausages and tea. And I'm sure Fahy will judge the tea. Class R business. Yeah. Thing is, they'll sign whatever contract is worth for that. Is best for them. But I think X-Plane's worth £50. It depends on how much you're going to play it. Like, I bought X-Plane on sale, and I got absolute best value for money, because I've already got like 200 hours in it. Daylight Savings says it's 8:20 where I live. Not until the end of the month, Hayden. We don't change our clocks until the 31st. So, we're desynced on time for the time being. Just sausage? Yes, just sausages. This is what happens when I cook for myself. 43 likes, 15 dislikes. I have annoyed some people today, apparently. Yeah, we might never, ever, ever change the clocks after the 31st of March. We'll actually find out in April, SRF, what the decision is there. In April, a decision is being made as to whether or not Ireland will forever be in summertime. Also known as, will Ireland suddenly adopt Central European time and drop daylight savings forever? HP or brown sauce? They're both the same as far as I'm aware. Plus I usually use ketchup with sausages. Prefer sausages with ketchup. It is the whole of Europe, but I mean relevant to the streams, Ireland. And comically, like, the UK as well, everywhere's doing it. Literally everywhere in Europe is doing it. Hello, Mezu. Could you speak English, please? Turkish is a cool language, but I don't speak it, I'm afraid. Anderson DLC. The Anderson DLC is really interesting looking, yeah. Looking forward to playing with it. So all of Europe next month is deciding whether or not they want daylight savings. And if they don't, what time would they like? So Central European time might end up as GMT plus 2. Irish time might end up as GMT plus 1. And the UK might stay on GMT. So Ireland, comically, despite being farther west than the UK, might end up on a time zone that indicates it's further east. The UK will stay on GMT. Is that confirmed, SRF? That they'll just stick to permanent winter? It'll happen regardless, the UK will make a decision. New bill for the US government should get rid of daylight savings. Certain states have already abolished it, Aiden. It's a state's it's decided in individual states and even down to individual counties in the US. No, but they will, of course they will. The thing is, the argument for keeping summertime is that it makes winter mornings brighter and it's therefore better for, like, winter time. That's the argument for keeping permanent summer. And permanent summer would also be a case of winter evenings would get very dark very quickly, but the mornings would actually have some semblance of sunlight for the most part. How many DLCs do you think we'll get? I would say 4 to 5. Between 4 and 5 DLCs for FS19. Maybe 6. I don't think a 30-minute move would make sense for Farmer, because then it would complicate things massively. It needs to be permanent winter or permanent summer. That would be... They're the two options, really. And I think... I saw a statistic that 88% of Irish people want permanent summer. Jammy Dodger, hello. Don't know why daylight savings was put in place. Yes. Daylight savings was put in place during World War II, I think it was, to cut down on fuel expenses and to cut down on fuel costs. Because if the days during the summer were, or if the times were offset the way that they are for daylight savings, it actually worked out that there was less fuel used for heating and lighting in general throughout the year. Which is why the winters have very dark mornings, and the summers have very long nights, generally. It's literally just a case of, during World War II it was seen as convenient. And it's stuck since then. Will we get a big DLC like Platinum? Yes, we will get a Metal Edition, Drew. That's... I think if Class is coming to FS19, the Metal Edition, the giant one, like Platinum, will be when Class comes in. I think it's probably more likely that it'll be in FS21 though. Farms electricity now? Yes. But it was a case of just fuel costs in World War II. Was why daylight savings was brought in. And as Harrison said, I'm right. I am the master of knowing random crap that has absolutely no relevance to modern life. Do I get the DLC before it gets released? Possibly? I don't know. I'll find out when you guys find out, I guess. Maybe a bit before, but... Class can come because they haven't signed an exclusive agreement with Cattle and Crops, it seems. Cattle and Crops never bothered signing an exclusive agreement with Class, so they can go to Farm Sim. And there might well be, even if there is an exclusive agreement, there might well be an out clause, get out of jail free clause for Class, where if they're not pleased with Cattle and Crops, that they can say, no, we're ending exclusivity, you can keep the license, but we're not going to be exclusive. And they might not be happy with Cattle and Crops, which I think is highly likely. Class, as far as I'm aware, can come to Farm Sim, Drew, yes. But as Lamley said, the reason Class didn't come to the base game is very simple. Giants stopped chasing them when they got John Deere. Giants were trying to get Class in 19. But then they got John Deere and they said, well, why bother going for both? We can just have John Deere and make all the money. Don't look at Boeing's Twitter page. Is it about the Max 8 that went down today? Or are Boeing starting to meme again? Are they asking Class now? From what I understand, Drew, Class came to them. Yes to memes or yes to Max 8? Max 8. Thank you, Yanis. That's 2 Max 8s that have gone down in relatively quick succession. There isn't... I feel like there is a design flaw with the Max 8, and the FAA are gonna actually ban them from flying temporarily. I feel like that's almost inevitable that the Max 8s are gonna be grounded. With 2 very similar sounding accidents in quick succession. Hey, Henry. Cattle and Crops are going to add the Giants. Oh, yeah. Cattle and Crops won't be pleased. The Giants do actually get Class. Because that was the one thing they had over Giants. Was, well, we got Class. You think this was a pipe bomb? Well, from what I was reading this morning, they can't sue Giants, no. They can sue Class for breach of contract if there is an exclusivity deal, but they can't sue Giants. Yeah, Cattle and Crops, much like seemingly every game that's tried to take on Farm Sim lately, has some really good ideas, but where it's failing is in delivery of those ideas. Like, Pure Farming had some really interesting good ideas, and it just failed on delivery. I hired a worker by mistake there. Farmer's Dynasty had some really good ideas and had some issues with some sort of copyright shenanigans. But it failed on delivery, I would argue. Farm Expert has always had some really good ideas, but failed on delivery. You know, I'd love to see a game properly taking on Giants. There is a part of me, a very large part, that wishes Cattle and Crops could deliver what they want to do, and could live up to the good ideas and good intentions and good promises. But I don't see that happening. I don't think they. I don't want to say I don't think they're capable, but I don't think they'll be able to. I think Marwell or something might have an issue. Why so, Henry? Crops, yeah, you can't knock Cattle and Crops for trying, and they've done their absolute damnedest. But I don't think... We'll not put the silage into the trailer. Very weird. Probably something to do with the trailer you were using specifically. Remember, some foragers, the trailer's too high for them. Hey, Oxy! Harrison, I wouldn't say, like, it's always going to be failures. I think that at some point there is going to be somebody who does something really innovative with the game. With their game, and it will take on giants, and they'll actually pull it off. But the hardest part for any company who wants to take on giants is pulling it off. If you tried 3 trailers and none of them worked, it's probably a forager issue then. Exactly, Anna. So for somebody to take on giants properly, they need to be experienced in game design. I thought Pure Farming might have been able to do it because they're AAA devs, but they couldn't. Or Corrupt Save, yeah. Hey, Oxy. Shamrock. Just because you're here. Had to. Yeah, Pure Farming was a pure fail. It's frustrating seeing it happen, because, like, when there's rivalry, it's because you tethered it. The game gets a bit confused. When there's rivalry in any market, you look at Call of Duty and Battlefield, when there's rivalry, it just breeds innovation. At the moment, to the exception of Cattle and Crops, nothing's been able to spark a rivalry with Giants and FarmSim. I would argue Cattle and Crops have, which is why FS19 is such a departure from FS17. And I will say that any game that launches, any farming game that launches without brands is going to fail. Because you need the brands. The brands are a necessary part of the game now. And I've seen the Farm and Fix trailer before somebody brings that up. Farm and Fix, I looked at the trailer. There's no branding visible. That's a game that's destined to fail if it doesn't have branding. As much as it sucks for people who want to make a game, they need to get brands on side. They need to get brands into it. No branding means no game. Because people want to use that tractor their dad has, or the tractor they saw once that their uncle had. A farming game needs the brands. It's like a racing game releasing without any car brands in. It's the same problem. SCS, if SCS did it, they would make an amazing farming game and Giants would be screwed. Like, it's straight up. They would destroy Giants because SCS just pull off magic constantly. Who made AgriSim? Oh god, that was a publisher so bad that I've forgotten who they were. Yeah, Pure Farming, the Children's Cup Giants, get all the fame. Pure Farming wanted in on the game. Like, pure and simple, Pure Farming wanted in on the agricultural game because they saw FarmSim was doing well. And they made a business decision, and I'm not going to fault them for making a business decision. Did they make a good decision looking at it now, knowing that Pure Farming failed epically? No, they didn't. They really didn't. They never got the community on side. They never did really the research they should have done. And it, you know, they made a decision based purely on business and it didn't work out as a game. UIG, yes. As UIG were to blame for how bad AgriSim was, believe it or not. Because UIG, I have heard rumors that somebody was talking to one of the guys from Actilogic, the actual developers of AgriSim, and UIG just pushed for the game to release at a time when it wasn't ready. I think of farming this, good ideas. I don't know if they pulled it off though. I've not played Farmers Dynasty though, so I can't say if they've pulled it off or not. I've not played Pure either, but I know for a fact they haven't pulled it off. Farmers Dynasty kind of got screwed over by the copyright issue they had at one point. Like that was a copyright issue in a really critical phase when eyes were on the game and suddenly, hey, there's a copyright claim on the game and it's been taken off Steam. What? That killed it dead. You're hoping for dynamic ground on FS21. That was where Candy did have an edge over Giants. That I will agree with. Harrison, I don't see dynamic terrain coming in FS21 though, because it is incredibly hard to optimize. What you'll see in cattle and crops as time goes on is they'll struggle very hard because they've not done much of it yet. But when they get to optimization and optimizing the game, they'll struggle quite badly with actually getting the terrain to optimize. Because it is the single hardest thing to do. Because you gotta have, as well as where the crops are, what they are, and what the field states are, in terms of like cultivated, seeded, fertilized, how much of the field is seeded, how much is plowed, what, you know, all the stuff the farm sim needs to remember. We'll just use farm sim as an example here. You know, you got how fertilized is the field, what's the growth state, are there weeds, and if there are, what's the growth state? What is the soil condition of the field? Is it cultivated, is it partially cultivated, is it plowed, is there a bit that isn't plowed? Does it need lime? How fertilized is it? And where? But then you also have... Giants are working on it. I'm not going to pretend like they're not. But you'd also then have... Okay. And where is the ground? What's the deformation state? Does this bit over here sink down a bit more than the bit over there? Is it really bumpy? Has it rained recently? Is it muddy? Is it really dry and hard and compacted? And that kind of stuff. And that's where the optimization problems come in. With the way that Giants really want to work things, which is... Giants want everything to be fully integrated. So it wouldn't just be the fields would have dynamic terrain. It would be everything that isn't tarmac would be dynamic terrain. And then you've got to try and get it working for consoles. And if PCs are going to struggle with dynamic terrain, and they do, then consoles just won't be able to cope, unfortunately. Yeah, then you've got all the physics of the dynamic terrain. Well, like, how does it deform, in what ways, where, and why, and how? And that's even more calculations, and it needs just a lot of power that, honestly, consoles don't have. This current generation just isn't powerful enough to handle a farming simulator with dynamic terrain. Crop bending's a nice little visual thing, yeah. It has no purpose, but it's a nice little visual thing. I would expect, though, in FS21 we'll see seasons. Spin Tires is the only game that's made dynamic terrain work, but if you look at Spin Tires, that's all it does. It's just dynamic terrain. There's no other memory systems going in there. And even then, in multiplayer, dynamic terrain is client-side. like Spin Tires does kind of a cheesy half dynamic terrain kind of thing where in multiplayer it's all client side, but a farm sim would want it all to be synced up between people, so if somebody makes a giant divot in the field, everybody else could see it. And that would... yeah, it really complicates things if you try and imagine dynamic terrain in farm sim. And I'm not using that as an excuse for Giants not doing it, I'm saying it is incredibly difficult to do. It is possibly not... there is a chance, a small chance, that it is not possible to do with current technology. I would imagine, Drew, we will... This is my prediction, this is my #1 prediction for FS21. Apart from any equipment or anything like that, my prediction for FS21 is we will see seasons in the base game. That is a very hard prediction. I will be shocked if in a year and a half's time, when we start hearing news about FS21, that there isn't news about seasons in it. Consoles are getting better, but the current gen, even the One X, and the problem isn't the One X and the PS4 Pro, it's the Xbox One and the PS4. Because the game will have to work on the base console. Doesn't matter what Microsoft and Sony have done to improve upon the base console, the game will have to work on the base console. If the game doesn't work on the base console, there's going to be a lot of people who can't play it. And that's where Giants' hands are tied for console. Now, when the next gen of consoles comes out, which there were rumours that it might be announced at, you know, around about E3 time this year, to come out maybe around November, you know, October, November, maybe early next year, or maybe October, November of next year. When the next gen is announced, that's when Giants suddenly, the bit of rope tying their hands together is loosened. They can get a bit more adventurous and push a bit harder. '2020 is next gen release rumours, so it'll be next year then. But the rumour is they're being unveiled around E3 time, roughly then. Also, Yanis, if you watch the E3 stuff from last year, you'll remember the absolutely insane one from the publisher that I can't remember, which sucks because they had the insane one, where like everybody died at the end, and the presenter was a robot for some reason. They're doing their own. They're doing a conference again this year. Devolver Digital, yes, Devolver Digital are doing an E3 conference again. So we can all hear about your future. Oh, that's going to be my highlight of E3 already. I already know it. It's going to be my favourite bit about E3 is the Devolver conference. Because it's just mental. They like... I love how they have the anti-conference. Yeah, tip calls are a bit weird and wonderful when you touch walls. They tend to break. Because the game doesn't quite know what to do. So your best bet is to get like a bucket and like shove it up towards the walls in the end. Or a side edge blade. Side edge blades don't break collisions. Trailers do. And that's where the problem is with Farm Sim. At the moment. This is a very pretty field now that I've made a giant spiral. This field is incredibly pretty now. I kind of wish you could see... windrows on the map and the menu, because I want to see this spiral from space. Surely consoles still have the upper hand as regards to giants, they still dictate. What do you mean, James? Like, will consoles dictate what goes in and out of the game in the future? Yeah. They do, they still, you know, they're always going to, because consoles are the real limiting factor when it comes to what giants can and can't put into the game. Especially console controllers. Any class liner mods? None that I'm aware of. Only 3 months left till E3 already? 3 months till Developer Conference! Most amount of headlands in one field. Technically this is... Let's count the headlands. Because this is 2 lines and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 headlands. But it's a very pretty spiral shape. And the reason I've spiraled it, by the way, is just for the forage wagon. I've always found it's a bit easier to do forage wagon silage with a spiral. If I was bailing, I would do straight lines, but spiral is the way to go with forage wagon. And that'll probably be not tomorrow's, but Tuesday's videos, starting on the silage. Once the headlands are done, the rest of the field will be a daddle. '11th to 14th June. That's like a month before Le Mans. To beat that, The Rock! I hereby challenge The Rock to a farm sim-off. The only time that I will ever get The Rock to back down from a challenge. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't really care about farm sim. Let's manually finish this field now. I'm quite pleasantly surprised with how well the hard worker did, I'm gonna be honest. I was not expecting the hard worker to work this well on this field. Could you imagine if, like, sometime next week I get a... Why did I suddenly lose, like, 5 subs? What is YouTube doing? I've been losing subs hand over fist this week. Season's coming to 19, yes. How funny would it be if The Rock actually replied to me on Twitter, like, I'll take you on a farm sim? I'm like, what the hell? Clearly you have nothing better to do. I mean, if Seasons comes to 21, it'll be basically the same way that it worked in 17, I'd imagine. And the same way that it'll probably work at a base level of 19, which is winter wheat is just wheat that you plant in the winter. He invites me to participate in the next Titan games. Yeah, just watch me collapse. I've seen clips from the Titan games. I couldn't do even half of what they do on that. Guess it really would be, I guess. Like, if he'd take me up on the challenge. I'll take you up and fly you to WrestleMania for it. I'm like, well, okay. I'm surprisingly fine with this. Farm sim at WrestleMania. Could you imagine that? The Rock in the Farm Sim League. I would buy The Rock FS19 if he was willing to take me on in a farm sim off. At WrestleMania, which he'd have to give me tickets for, and flights, and pay for accommodation. I would win overall in that agreement, to be fair. Hello to Greece. That would be a situation where I win because I just want to go to WrestleMania. I'll take on The Rock and Stone Cold. Because I'd just love to meet Dwayne and Steve. I'd love to meet Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Steve Austin. They're two people that I just want to meet in real life. And possibly Mick Foley. Because outside of wrestling, well, Mick Foley's just a nice guy, even in wrestling. But they just all strike me as nice guys. Welcome back, Quick. There are three people I'd love to meet: is The Rock, Steve Austin, and Mick Foley. And possibly also Glenn Jacobs, aka Kane, because he strikes me as being a bit of a goofball. We are coming up to the end of the stream now, which is probably a good thing because my voice is starting to go. I don't think this will be a DLC near FarmCon. Blunt answers, I don't see that happening. What could happen, Mark Calloway, I would actually like to meet Mark Calloway as well. Again, he strikes me as a really nice guy. Paul Levesque, maybe. Maybe Paul. I'm not too sure about Triple H. I'd like to meet Finn Balor. Finn Balor and I've forgotten her name now. Irish wrestler. She's going up against Charlotte tonight. Paul Heyman I'd love to meet. I mean, that man basically invented hardcore wrestling. Sheamus, I don't like his hair. Cesaro I'd like to meet. Becky Lynch! That's the one I was thinking of. No, not Becky Lynch. She's not the Lich Queen yet. The Rock would win easily, Drew. The Rock would destroy me in an eating contest. Even though it doesn't look like he could, he could. I don't know if I would at this point, Janice. If he never had the accident, yes, but I don't know if I'd be able to deal with meeting Michael Schumacher now. Back to The Rock versus Dave, yes. Who I'd like to meet is Damon Hill. Like Damon Hill, Heinz, any of the old Jordan drivers. Maybe even Eddie Jordan if he agrees to wear a shirt that actually can be visible with human eyes. Because he has just the absolute worst taste in shirts. But Lewis Hamilton, no. He has all the personality of a cactus. I can't deal with Lewis Hamilton. You broke a gate in Marwell. How did you break a gate in Marwell? Watching the new Sword Art series. No, I don't watch much anime. I'd like to meet Kimmy. Kimmy's one I'd like to meet. Like, Kimmy is my favorite Formula 1 driver. Just because he doesn't care. It's just like, I'm racing, leave me alone. Shut up, I know what I'm doing. Change your name, gotta look man, I do remember you. 4x4 Baylor, very nice CD. I think, everybody loves Kimmy. The man who showed up to the FIA Awards Gala drunk. Drunk Kimmy never change. You know, David Coulthard's dad. That's awesome, 1174. Why am I ignoring you? I'm not. I'm not ignoring anybody. Drunk Kimmy is anti-Kimmy. Drunk Kimmy cares less than normal Kimmy. I'm not ignoring anybody. It might take me a couple of seconds to actually spot a message in chat. I'm not going out of my way to ignore people. Hey, I look at Tetchy for some reason. I'm not sure why. Bell Stacker in the Anderson DLC. Which one? There's about 6. In fact, there's actually, I think, 4 Bale Stackers. Which is possibly a bit extreme. This is Class Tractor. Yes, it is. Class Axion 900. This particular one is a 920. One of only 3 ever made. Oh, very cool 1174. You could probably get a pretty penny for that on eBay if you wanted to sell it at any time. Just, yes, CD, that's the thing that happened last night. I'll be an hour late from your perspective until the end of the month. Clocks change over here on the 31st, so just be aware, US people, everything that I do will be an hour late from your perspective for the remainder of this month. And then it'll revert to the normal times. But that is going to do it for the stream today, guys. I want to go make sausage and a cup of tea, so I'm going to leave it here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll leave you by saying, I'm RainbowDave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 19, not 17. On Marwell Manor Farm. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye. And yes, I will be using the Anderson DLC on Marwell. Why are the credits not working? Hang on a second. Why credits? Why you no work? Why you no work? Refresh cache. No, that's not what I wanted to do. No, get out of this screen. Roll credits. There we go. There's the credits.